Let's talk about My Hero Academia, the movie, Two Heroes. I don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so click that like button and come back later. This movie was such an event. It was literally the first time I ever went to a movie where the entire crowd was cheering throughout every scene. My favorite character in this film has to be All Might. Since this movie came out right after the fight with All For One, it was really nice to see All Might back in his muscle form for one last time. Also, it was so cool to see what All Might looks like in his prime. The film does an excellent job with explaining more of the lore with the My Hero Academia world, like with locations with Island. It was nice to see what the world was like besides Japan in this universe. The animation is definitely upped in this film. It's also cool that this movie plays some major events to the future of My Hero Academia with its stories, like the return of Izuku's full Golem to help him control 100% in his arm. Also, I was not expecting that twist towards the final act where it's revealed that David had hired a bunch of villains so he could steal a device that could restore All Might to his prime. My entire theater gasped so loud during this moment. I do have a couple problems with this film though, if I'm to be completely honest. I wasn't really the biggest fan of all of Class 1A being on Island. Sure, it was cool to see all these characters I admired for a couple of years at the time on the big screen and everything, but while watching the film, I kind of found it to be a bit out of place. Literally, you can take out all the students of Class 1A except for the main trio that you're following through the story, and you would not miss anything to this movie. Also, I felt the movie was a bit too vague on who the two heroes were. Even years later, I still have no idea who the two heroes are. Is the title referring to the two eagles at the beginning and end of the movie? All Might and David, Izuku and Melissa, or could it have just been Izuku and All Might? Yeah, do me a favor and go down to the comments and tell me what you think the two heroes were in this film, because I'm at a loss here, guys. I'm sorry. My favorite moment in this film has to be seeing Izuku and All Might finally teaming up to defeat Wolfram. This moment was so awesome. The animation was just so spectacular, and this is a moment I've been wanting to see since the beginning of the show, seeing Izuku and All Might actually teaming up and fighting a villain with one another. I got so many goosebumps when I saw this scene. My entire theater was cheering just as loud as the Avengers Endgame portal scene. I give this film an 8.6 out of 10, giving it a B+. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to the comments and tell me what you thought of My Hero Academia, the movie Two Heroes. Share this video with all your friends. And click that like and follow button to keep updated with all my latest content. See ya!